Hello again. Uh, Sometimes I'm so impressed with the human race, it's unreal. Like there are some people that do such amazing things, not just to other people, but to animals and the environment and that. And it's heartwarming, it's uplifting, it's sad, it's all sorts of things, but it's very powerful. And then there are others who test my patience, my resolve, my love, my peace. Like they really, really, really try and test it. They just don't hear. They don't hear. And it's crazy. And I tell people that I'm the mirror. And what they do is they fire at this mirror and it rebounds, reflects back to them, and they blame the mirror for the pain and anguish they're suffering. Like, think about that for a minute. A mirror doing nothing but existing in their life. That's it, just existing in their life. And they make a point of coming to this mirror. And then when they look in the mirror and try to tear it down with different kind of assaults, what they what they direct towards the mirror comes back and ruins them. Mirror, mirror on the wall. And it destroys their ego. And they blame the mirror. The mirror they don't need to go to has nothing to do with them. They don't need to go to this mirror. They don't need to find out the truth about themselves. They don't need to shoot themselves in the foot. They can't help themselves. They need to attack this mirror that's doing nothing to them and will do nothing to them if they don't keep going to it and attacking it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. If they don't keep going to the mirror and attacking the mirror, all's good in their world. But they're blaming the mirror for the misfortune that they had by trying to destroy the mirror. Crazy. And they do this because a point in time, a couple of thousand years ago, they destroyed another mirror. A man in a garden with his friends minding his own business. And some hostile people come up and they want to take this man away. And this man's okay. But his friends, not so much. Like they cut off somebody's ear. And this man, this mirror, minding his own business, says, Peter, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. I'm the mirror for these people. And they choose to ignore that fact. See, Peter, if I so choose, I have 10 legion of angels on my Father's command to protect me. 175,000 angels ready to rip these people a new one. And when I say ready, I mean ready. I know what's going to happen. It's okay. It's meant to happen. I know where they're taking me. And I could stop it like that. But that's not what this is about. And in doing this, these beings stupidly thought that they'd won. Now, I don't know if you know anything about the picture at the Louvre, the checkmate picture. The devil's laughing. And the other person's and the picture's called Checkmate. And in the chase, as I said many times, why has nobody ever been able to say Checkmate Forest Fan? But what not many people know is that picture is labelled incorrectly. The devil only thinks it's checkmate. Look at the picture properly. The king has another move. The king has another move. You didn't win. You only thought you won. So I suggest you look at that picture and you see in that picture where you went wrong. So it'll soon be Easter. That point in time, miracles happen. That point in time where people wake up to the truth. That point in time when miracles happen. That point in time when good people have hope. That some words are true. Now, Mardi Gras, New Orleans, Washington, New Mexico, Alabama, Texas, Alberta, Canada, Spain, Sweden, Russia. There are people around the world that think it's okay to have people living in fear, to take land that isn't theirs, to change the weather that isn't theirs to change. To have shady little projects like clones, androids, and think that the world doesn't know that they're planning something. It's in the air, isn't it? Now, there aren't going to be many people that see this, but there doesn't need to be. There's 144,000 and many, 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 many angels and spirits and ancestors, etc., 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 that can get the message out. That you want to spread fear, that you want to put out fake news, that you want to do these things to try and keep control. And all you're doing is putting another nail in for yourselves. You see, the problem, and it's a problem, not a solution, it's a problem. The problem with offering love is the other person needs to be ready to accept it. That's just the way it is. Now, if you're not accepting of the love that is offered, it can't go anywhere. You will still be the miserable piece of turd that you are. You will still feel that way for being unable to accept love or give love as you should. For wanting to destroy the mirror that shows you the sort of person you are. And this is all walks of life. But especially those people supposedly in power. I've just told you about power. But let me make it very, very simple about power. Creation. That's power. Creation. Everything that you know was created. How much power is that? Now, you are taking a very long walk off a very short pier. Seriously, not joking. And you can jump up and down, shout and scream, think that I'm the problem, do whatever you want, slander me, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care. This is for your own good. So again, I offer you, all of you, people who think you have power over me or anyone else, think that you have the power to do these things. I offer you love. If you choose to prove, not just me offer you love, the world offers you love. God offers you love. Mother offers you love. The beings that exist throughout all times, they offer you love. Even some of your ancestors still offer you love. That'll all change. If you carry on doing the things that you're doing. Now, there are little examples, people dog walking. About a couple being separated now that the children were old enough. About passport being no use. About expecting me to help because I'm the problem. You've got nothing. About the internet mafia, about Antarctica, about the Antyhythera mechanism, about the Voyenich manuals, manuscripts, whatever, being translated. Like, oh, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows. And all of a sudden, the Antyhythera mechanism, oh, bad, bad, bad. Oh, the Voyenich manual, oh, bad, bad, bad. Oh, Antarctica, what's happening there? Oh, the Pope going to Egypt, blah, 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 blah. All the stuff that's happening. All wars. All the stock market. It doesn't work anymore. You're at the point now, I've already said. And remember, I'm only the messenger. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm just telling you the truth. That there is a point in time when the messenger is going to give some really bad news. Personally, give you some really bad news. And too late is too late. Doing some bad stuff. You've done a lot of bad stuff, but you're trying to do more bad stuff to correct that. No, not to correct it. You're doing more bad stuff to try and correct the good stuff that is about to take place. Ain't going to happen because you don't have the power. Like the power that you think you have, that earthly power, nope. And when I say the power of creation is what you're up against, please remember, not so long ago, I said, God himself said, others will come and do more wondrous things than I. Creation masterpiece. And some others will do more than that. How much power is that? How long before you wake up? Or how long before mum and dad say enough's enough? Now, everyone out there who is a good person, and I don't mean a saint, I mean a good person, a person who doesn't go around hurting others, a person who doesn't go around thinking only for themselves by gaining something on the backs of others. See, I am not a saint, and I am not the devil. I am more than both. And I can be either. Take your pick. I can be so saintly, it's unreal. But there is a dark side to me. And I don't have to get angry to find that place. I just have to stay in this vibration of love that says, I care for people, I care for beings, and I can't see this continue. I don't want to see this continue because of my love for everything that I can see, everything that I can imagine. And because of it, out of love, I do something. I must do something. Because of love, I must do something. It doesn't have to be me. my dad, my mother, because they see that their son is hurting, watching what's going on, seeing the pain and the suffering in the world that is caused by miserable, evil people that have nothing better to do than be happy on the suffering of others. That's not right. So they're warned, don't make people suffer. You want to see what's wrong with that? These people look in the mirror and they start shooting the mirror. What? Don't make people suffer. A reason to attack somebody that says that. Don't make people suffer. But that's a reason to attack somebody because they don't want you to make people suffer. Give me back what is mine. Another reason to attack the mirror. What? Well, surely that's fair. Give me back what is mine. No, it's not. It's mine. I built up this empire. I did this. I did that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You have no thinking ability, no energy, no goodness in you. It's impossible for you to have done it. Impossible. You only did it on the back of someone else, off their goodness, off their energy, off their intellectual property. You stole it and claimed it for yourself. Well, that's going to change. Then we'll see how powerful you really are. When you have to think for yourself and work for yourself and be good to other people around you, because as soon as you're not, when you don't have that power, that money, that status, you won't last 2 seconds. No one will be afraid of you. No one will even think that you're beautiful. No one will care. And when I say no one, I mean no one in your circle. No one that you think is your friend or your lover or your wife or your husband. They won't care. Good people might. Foolishly, they might. They might feel sorry for you. Foolishly, they might forgive you. I don't. I don't see any need. I don't judge you. I don't forgive you. I don't see any need for it. I just say, look, you did something wrong. We all do things wrong. All of us. Every single one of us. He who has not sinned, cast the first stone. So I have no stones to cast. And I have no, 30 Hail Marys and a blah, 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 blah to give you. Because I don't care. You have to care. Like, you have to want forgiveness from the Creator, the Most High God. However you want to believe or not believe. If you don't believe there's a God, you're not going to get forgiveness because it won't be from me. You're never going to get forgiveness then, are you? And if you're that far gone that you don't even want forgiveness, more fool you. Because it's in that repentance. That's why you repent, to be forgiven. Up there, not down here. Up there. My forgiveness will not save you. As me, my forgiveness, it will not save you. It might stroke your ego, but it won't save you. And you need saving. So seeking forgiveness from another person may boost your ego a bit, may make you feel like, oh, well, I can do it again now because they were sucker enough to forgive me. But your karma still exists. If you don't want your karma, if you want real forgiveness, get it from the people that can give it to you. Don't burden the victim with it. No judgment, no forgiveness. It's that simple. You can do whatever you want. I don't judge you. You can do whatever you want, and I still love you as a human being. I don't care. It's your life. Do whatever you want. But be aware that in this not judging you, I'm also not forgiving you. So therefore, the bad things that you do, they have to be judged. They have to be. And because I can't do it, automatically, mom and dad are going to judge you. All of you, everyone, anywhere, in any plane of existence, automatically. Because I'm not judging and I'm not forgiving, karma comes from somewhere. So you want forgiveness, go to the source. You don't want to be judged by these people on this earthly realm, then go to the source. For he who has not sinned, cast the first stone. Remember, 175,000 angels ready to rip up the Garden of Gethsemane, whatever it's called. And all that happened was an ear was cut off. Probably more than Jesus wanted, but hey ho, what can you do? People are a little hot-headed. You think you have power? You don't have power. You really don't. And you are walking that short pier. Too far to walk. Not far, but too far to walk. Going to go off the end of that pier. And no saving you then. Once you go, you go. So I know there are people that are regretting what they've done, not because they're repentant, because they were caught. Nope, that doesn't work. You don't just get regretting because you're caught. You get regretting because you're a fucking evil person who needs to be judged by the highest judge, by the fairest judge also. Because there are many down here, many down here, that would not let you get away with a simple judgment. Oh no, they would make you suffer, as they have suffered. And they would keep you around to make you suffer. And I think your karma that was brought on by yourself is not as much as you should be getting. Because although it's bad, it's being done without the knowledge of those you made suffer. They are still in pain. They are still suffering from what you did. And they don't feel like they're getting justice. But they will know that they got justice. They will know justice was served. And they will be reimbursed, recompense, whatever it is, retribution, however that works. You conquered this world. You tried to destroy it. the world that wasn't yours, the world that was created by a higher power, and you try to hide that fact behind all your magic. And you thought he was dead. That's what you thought. He ain't dead. He ain't dead. And he is now your worst nightmare. Or she. You weren't fair to either of them. You haven't been fair to the woman. You haven't been fair to the child or other men. In fact, you tried to destroy man. Like a real man. A man who wants a loving family. A man who wants a loving wife. A man who cares for women. A man who cares for what's right and what's wrong. That sort of man. A man who's not afraid to cry. Definitely not afraid to do the right thing out of love. You see, you don't upset a good man. It's hard to upset a good man, a righteous man, a fair and just man. It's hard. So you need to know that when you manage to do that, when you manage to tap into a piece of that man that is triggered, as you're triggered, when you tap into that, be prepared for a bloody nose. A bit like Forrest when the cowboy came up, punched him. Be prepared. You see, you haven't crossed the river yet, and you truly have made the alligator mad. Oh, yes. Yes, you have. Not because of thousands of years of what you've done. That's bad enough. But that's enough to tap into a good man's dark side. That's enough. But it's your failure to listen and being told you've been found out. And persisting in doing those things with the intent to destroy a good man, to take from him what is his, rightful, and doesn't belong to you. To persist in that after being told don't. After being told, look, I'll be fair with you, you know, no bad feelings, you know, bygones be bygones. I know that what you did is wrong, but you're a human being, the same as everybody else. I'm not going to throw stones at you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to bloody forgive you, but, you know, you live your life, I'll live my life. Let's carry on. You didn't want that. And that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, two things can happen. I can get upset and angry and lash out, or I can just say, hey, Dad, what's going on here? Mum, have you seen this? Have you seen what they're doing? And then go, yeah, we've seen it. And now we just need to know who is involved. We have the ringleaders. We have the people in charge. That's easy enough. They stick out like a sore thumb. But we want everyone. You see, we can't afford to leave bad apples in the mix. So let's wait until everybody is in the barrel. And then we'll just take out the barrel. How simple is that? Wait till all the apples are together and then just take out the barrel. Or the 2 barrels, or the 10 barrels, or the 100 barrels. It's a bit like a cargo ship on the Cleopatra moon or whatever. Let's just take the whole ship. See what's aboard. People don't have any idea about what power is. None at all. Thinking of Simon, Sally, Sarah, Wendy, John, Johnston, Williams. Last names, Johnston and Williams. So you're waiting for updates. No, the good people waiting for updates. You're withholding them. Like the truth of the situation that's going on at the moment. You haven't told the people that are supposed to know, the person that's supposed to know what's really going on. I think you better tell them what's really going on. I think you better tell them about the fake news that's been planned. And it doesn't matter if you do or you don't. Not for me. I don't care. Any plan that you have, I've told you before, it's already been banned. Not by you, but by mom and dad. You're just following the script. Like you say, how can he read my mind? How does he know what we're thinking? How blah, 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 blah. If you're in a film and you're at, I don't know, third act, I don't know how you call it, scene, blah, blah, blah. You look at the script and you go, oh yeah, I need to say this, this, and this in such and such a way, you know, with my head like this, blah, 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 facing the camera, such and such, whatever it is. And you know that. There you go. You know that. How do you know that? How do you know they're the things that you have to say and the things that you have to do and what you're going to do? Because somebody already wrote the script. You have to do it. That's what you have to do. That's exactly what you're going to do. You have no choice. It's exactly what you're going to do. And you're going to say it in such a way that it convinces anybody watching, anyone watching, anybody who sees this film will believe it was you that said it. It's exactly what you were thinking when you did it. It all came from you. And in reality, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't come from you. Like in your real life, the life that you think you live, that wasn't what you said. That was the character you were playing. Well, guess what? At a point in time, you will read them flipping lines that are in the script. You'll read them and you'll do whatever's supposed to be done. And whatever, listen, this is important to you, whatever is in scene, no, act 7, scene blood blah, that's your comeuppance. So just flick through and find out what's going to happen to you when you do what you do in act 3. That's how this life works. That's how you made it to work. Like you wanted this violence, you wanted this bullshit in our world. That's what you'll get. You'll get, not everyone else. You who wanted it. You who perpetrated it. That's what you'll get. Because you wanted it written into the script. See how easy it is? Like, if you ask, that's what you'll get. I've told you already. If you don't want to get this worst case scenario for you, you better believe that it's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to you. And if you don't repent for the right reasons, it's really going to happen to you. Not just in this lifetime, in lifetimes to come. And you need to be sorry about the things that you did. Because, listen, you really don't hear. Because you want to be a good person. Not because you think you're a good person. Because you want to be a good person. I know you're not a good person because you look at me and you jump up and down, you scream and shout, and everything that I'm saying is wrong when it's not. I'm just telling you the truth. And you don't like the truth. Like, you can't handle the truth. It boils down to this. A beautiful soul will not be triggered in a negative way by what I am saying. Are you listening? A beautiful soul will not be triggered because a beautiful soul holds no judgment. Like, you're judging me. Every word that I say, you're judging it. You can't just leave me alone to speak the truth. I can leave you alone to say what you say, and I can totally ignore it if I don't agree with it. And I won't fall out with you because I don't care what you're saying. I know what you're saying is not the truth. You may think what I'm saying is not the truth. But if you know what's happened in the last few thousand years, you know it is the truth. And if you've done those evil things, you know it is the truth. And if you want to live your life on the backs of other people, you know it is the truth. And if you've sold your soul to the devil, you know it is the truth. And the list goes on. You know it's the truth because all you want to do in life is upset people. I don't want to upset no one. I just want to tell them the truth. I want them to hear the truth. I want them to act on the truth. And I want to live in a world full of love and peace. Why would anyone get triggered with that? Oh, no, I don't believe in God. So I don't believe in God. I'm telling you, I believe in God. You don't have to believe in God. I don't give a shit. But when you see what's happening in your life, at some point, you will understand what I'm saying is true. And then you'll have to make amends. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. I don't care whether you believe or not. It's like, don't put your hand in the fire. It is going to hurt. It will burn you. And you say, oh, I don't believe that. And he told you the truth. Should I feel sorry for you? Should I judge you for putting your hand in the fire, even though I told you not to? No, I don't care. I don't care. I care that I tell you. I care that I warn you. I care that you don't get hurt before you do what you do, and then I don't care. I don't care because you don't listen. Why should I care? Why should I care? Listen, please listen. Why should I care what happens to you when I try to warn you, don't put your hand in the fire? Why should I care? Now, I know people say, oh, you should care because you're, be a good person, blah, blah, blah. No, no, no. You'll learn because I don't care. You'll learn because I don't care. I care before you do it, but once you've done it, no. You'll care because I don't forgive you. You'll care, no, you'll learn because I don't forgive you. And you'll learn because I don't judge you. That's how you'll learn. Because at some point, you will have to question yourself. Once you start questioning yourself, you start learning. That's the art of a good teacher. Why don't I know what 3 times 3 is? What did the teacher tell me was the best way to do this? Excuse me, confirmation. You have to question yourself. You have to understand yourself. You have to make the effort for yourself, because your effort will be worth the cold. And the cold, probably the dark night of the soul. Probably isolation. Probably I can't interact with people because I am so far gone with trying to work out who I am. I am so angry. I am so confused. I am so depressed. I'm so this, so that, so the other. And you live with that. Rather than face that, you project it. That bullshit that's inside you that you don't want to face, boom, let somebody else have it. I know, I'll give it to Marion. He's talking about stuff. I'll throw it onto him. Oh, that's not mine. It's not mine, it's yours, you idiot. You confront it. Like, look in the mirror, see who you are, and confront what it is that upsets you. Like, ask yourself why you don't believe in God. Start with that. Well, if God existed, this wouldn't have happened, and that wouldn't have happened, and that wouldn't have happened. It has to happen. It's already written. That's how we learn. Like, when you understand yourself, when you understand the world around you, you become enlightened. You see it for what it is. So instead of questioning, if there was a God, why did these big bad things happen? Shouldn't you start questioning what happened before all of that? Why it is even in the world, this violence that we have. Why the men of God, the elders, the good people crucified Jesus. Once you wonder why they crucified Jesus, you have to realize, hang on a minute. He came to earth to teach us something about ourselves, which means, listen, you're so fucking deaf, listen, which means something happened before then, way before then, for him to have to come down or come to earth to explain to us, no, this isn't how it should be. This is a matrix. He may well have said those words. I don't know. I wasn't there, and neither were you. So if it triggers you to say, oh, I could have said matrix didn't exist then. You weren't there. You don't know. And it's of no relevance. However he said it, this is not how we should live. Walk on water. Oh, no. No. That's bullshit. How do you know? Were you there? No. And if you can't, which you can't, you obviously can't because you don't listen. If you can't just go, well, what if? What if it's possible? What if there is a power? What if there is a power of creation? What if I can walk on water? What if Jesus could walk on water? And if he's telling people this is how you can live, what was it like before? Before these evil people took over our earth, all the realms or whatever. Like, how good was it and how easy was it for them to take over? Because our life was so simple and easy. Like, we weren't violent. We didn't do all of these things that have been portrayed in the past. Do you know how you know that? Do you know how you can know that? Because the pyramids were built. Because people traveled around the world. Because these structures exist. Because two identical, what are they? They're not statues. Let's call it a pictogram for want of a better word, because I don't know what it is. But you've got the mold version on one side, in other words, the bit that sticks out, and then you've got the concave bit on the other side of the world, 3,000 miles apart or whatever it is. It's the same bloody picture, except it's a mold version of it, separated. One version here, one version here, 1,000 miles apart, which means, hang on, how do they cross the earth to get this and this in two different places? Not it's two different cultures, it's the same flipping picture. It's the same picture, not picture, stone, whatever it is. Then you have this Antyhythera mechanism that turns up out of nowhere. But what? The Voyenich manuscript. Apparently no one can translate it. Now all of a sudden they translated it. What happens in Antarctica? What is being hidden there? Well, I know what's being hidden there, but the truth is the truth, and that's it, whether you like it or not. It's the truth. And these people are trying to hide it. And these people are doing everything they can to get us living in that fear mindset, that lack mindset, that shitty place that we've lived in for the last few years. But there is a truth that's coming out. They're sorting out with this alien DNA. Like with the chase, what is it? Charmed. You remember Charmed? The power of three? The power of three, eh? The judge, the bus driver. Judge, the bus driver. Oh, I can't remember. The dog walker? Not Milano, that bloke. The whisperer, not the dog whisperer, the dog walker. Like, when I think about it, like red hair, green eyes, that'd be great. Like, you think, yeah, that'd be nice. And then when you think, like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, maybe not. I just, it's like the twin flame. Let's look at that. You're meant to meet somebody that you knew in a past life. You're meant to meet somebody that you knew in a past life, and life is going to be good. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be good, because you're meant to meet those people, like your soulmate, your twin flame, blah, blah, blah. You're supposed to make a deal in a previous life that you would meet again in another life. But apparently, you know, someone couldn't wait, or someone didn't believe, or somebody wanted a quick fix, or somebody wanted a shortcut that Forrest said there weren't none. That's got to be a bit destroying for the person that you left behind, isn't it? Like, I don't know, let's say 2,000 years ago. No, let's say 4,000 years ago. Why not? Let's go 4,000 years. Make an agreement, say, listen, like if we should have a part, we're going to come back together and we're going to meet and we're going to love each other dearly forever and ever and ever. Like each time we come back, we're going to find each other and we're going to carry on this union. Or we're going to meet and you're going to say or do something that helps me do something. Like the fact that I meet you means I can do such and such and such to, create my destiny or create your destiny or whatever it is. So it doesn't have to be love, just you're supposed to meet in order that this, and this happens. Which is why sometimes you meet people and you get on so well, and sometimes you meet people and you don't, because in the past life, you're enemies. You know what I mean? And that's just the way that it is. Or you can see that the person that you're talking to is not a very good person, or vice versa. They are a good person. You don't want to F with them, as it were. So this twin flame decides that, well, this person's offered me money, fame, nice house, look after my kids, blah, blah, blah. Why would I wait around for someone else? And they haven't got any of that. And then when the table's turned, it's like, oh no, I made a mistake. I don't know. I don't know. Remember, I'm not going to judge anyone. I don't care. I'm not going to forgive anyone either. I don't mean to say that I don't still love you. Doesn't mean to say we can build a relationship knowing. So you put up boundaries and you go, well, hang on, because you flipping tried to kill me, I don't think I want to, have a relationship with you, or I don't want to sleep with you, or blah, 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 however it is. That's only fair. But, an important word, like I said, but if you can convince yourself that what you did was wrong, if you can go through the dark night of the soul, if you can face God, then why wouldn't it happen? Why wouldn't it? Like if you could have done those things, if you could have gone, oh, hold on, fork in the road, blah, blah, blah. I'm going the wrong way. Let's go back. Let's go the other way. But if you could do that, who's to say it couldn't work? But you couldn't bother to do it. It's no good saying, I have feelings for you, blah, blah, because of all the love spells that you've done. I have feelings for you and I want to be with you because you want money. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. It's not how it works when you say, oh, I love you, when you hit yourself with love spells. No, you've got to know you. And you've got to know that that love that you feel, that's real. It's not a spell. It's real. And that's the difference. I tell you the truth and you don't like it because it's the truth. But at the point that I tell you the truth and you can handle the truth, that's the difference. At the point that I am telling you the truth and you can handle it, that's the difference. As long as you can't handle the truth, you ain't healed. It's that simple. Like you tell me the truth and it doesn't matter to me because I know who I am. Like you try and wind me up, you try and do these things, blah, blah, blah. And, there are occasions where I want to pretend that I'm, angry and, whatever. I can't bother to. But yeah, I know that you want to bring my vibration down. I know that you want to have a debate. I know that you want to do all of these things. And if you want to do it, we'll do it. But I can assure you now, the truth is, you'll get very angry. And I won't. That's the truth. Because I will tell you the truth, you will give me a whole load of lies, and I will keep telling you the truth, and you will keep giving me a whole load of lies, and your lies won't change my truth. But at some point, my truth will change your lies, because at some point you will realize that the statement, you're arguing with me because that's what you want to do, because you want to upset me, means I'm telling you the truth. So how are you going to win that argument? How are you going to win that argument? You're arguing with me, not because you don't agree with what I'm saying, but because you want to upset me. What sort of person does that make you? You're not arguing with me really because you don't agree with what I'm saying. You just want to upset me. Or you just want to win. Either way, what sort of person does that make you? I'm telling you my truth as I see it. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe it. I say it all the time. You don't have to believe my truth that I see, that I'm saying to you based on the information that I've got outside of this bullshit matrix that you want to live in, because you think that everything you've been told all your life is true, and it's obviously not, but you think that's the case. And you want to argue bullshit, the bullshit that you've learned from all the books and all the movies and all the things that you've seen, the videos. You want to give me that bullshit as an argument. What? You want to give me bullshit as an argument. Like, this is the Matrix, 100%, based on a whole load of bullshit. So everything that you've been taught, for however many years you've lived, everything you've been taught, not everything, some things are true, most of it's bullshit. Most of what you've been taught is bullshit. And what you're trying to tell me is bullshit. I already know it's bullshit, based on the truthful information that exists in the world now, the factual information. I already know it's bullshit. And you want to give me that bullshit and accept it as truth. No. No, that's not going to happen. And I will keep telling you my truth and you will keep getting upset. And I won't get upset because, look, I'm just telling you the truth. I don't care whether you believe it or not. But you want me to believe your bullshit, which means you have an agenda. What sort of person does that make you? And we could do this over and over again in different ways, but it still boils down to the same thing. What sort of person does that make you? Not me. I'm just the mirror. God put me down here as the mirror. I didn't ask for it. It's going to put me in a shit position because people that are angry people that have lived in bullshit all of their life, that want to fight the system, think I'm the problem. No, the system's a problem. The matrix is the problem. Everything that you've learned has been BS. Everything that you, not everything, the majority of the stuff that you learn has been BS. And you want to confront me with the BS that you've learned. It's like, no, I'm not there anymore. And this is not condescending, but I'm here, I'm up here. Like, everyone else is down there. That's not me being better than anyone else. That's just saying, look, I've left that crap behind. It doesn't exist in my world. I know it's BS. Has to be. Because of the facts that I see. I see pyramids. I know they weren't built the way they were supposed to have been built. I know about the Sumerians. I know about the Anunnaki. I know about all of these things, which means everything that we've been told has been BS. Not everything. The majority of what we've been told is BS. Then you get the Antyhythera thing. Then you get the blooming Voyenich Manuscript. Then you get this, that, and the other. And you put it all together, those two stone things, whatever they are. And you put it all together and you're going, hang on, hold up. Why, throughout history, have we been taught this, and this, and this? To this point in time, where they're trying to keep us in a lack mindset, in a fearful mindset, in such a low vibration, in order that they can rule over us. Oh, because they want to rule over us. So why do they want to rule over us? Okay, they want the money, blah, 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 but why? What is behind all of this? Well, behind all of this is what happened thousands of years ago. What they stole. What they wanted to keep. What they can't keep. But it isn't just about the inheritance. It isn't just about the land. It isn't just about the murdering and the killing of people. It isn't just about going around the world and spreading the gospel like bullshit. This happening now shouldn't be happening. None of it. They took away a way of life, a beautiful way of life from beautiful people. That's what they took, because they wanted their way of life. And that's the way of life we live, where there's a few people that have everything and the majority have very little. And the longer it went on, the more they had and the less we had. And that would have continued because they were trying to destroy creation. A man and a woman, the most sacred union. Two beings creating another. Whether it be animals, it doesn't matter. But creating another. Or two, or three, or four, or five, in a beautiful way. And again, I tell you, two men don't create a child. Two women don't create a child. Changing genders doesn't create children. Having abortions doesn't create children. There seems to be a theme running through here. Oh, you want clones instead. You want AI. You want androids. You want this bullshit. Because you thought that you're going to live forever. So it didn't matter. As long as your lineage was okay. Well, guess what? It isn't. And you aren't. And those things don't need to exist. All the contagions in the air, like bird flu and bullshit. Or the misdiagnosis of a disease. Like you think that even the smallest detail is not known, but it is. And you think you're shocked now or before. You haven't seen nothing. And I'm trying, not nastily, I'm trying to prepare you. I'm trying to warn you, if that's how you want to be, that what you're doing is wrong. And you need to accept that. It is wrong. Even, please listen. Please listen. Even if you just want to be a troll, it's wrong. You're going out of your way to upset somebody. Obviously have a motive why you're doing it. And you want them to be in the same energy that you're in. But it's wrong. Like feeding off someone else. It's wrong. You might as well be a cannibal. Or a vampire. Not that there's anything wrong with cannibals or vampires, but don't make out that you're a good person, because you aren't. You're not a good person. Feeding off the suffering of others is not a good person. In any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form. Bullying someone is not a good person. In any way, shape, or form. Even if you're sticking up for someone, you don't have to bully them, the other person. You just have to correct the other person. It's not an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Once a person takes the eye, then it's up to judgment. A higher judgment. And it might be an eye for an eye and two eyes. No, it might be an eye for two eyes. However the judgment comes down. But it's not for you to take that judgment. And it's not for you to forgive them taking the eye. Because then they'll take the other. And it hasn't forgiven them. You are not in a high enough power to forgive them. Mum and dad will forgive them. If they're going to get forgiveness. If they don't get forgiveness, they get karma. That's how the law of the universe works. Law of attraction, whatever it is. The is it the reap what you sow? There's a word of it. Cause and effect. The cause and effect. Whatever it is, however that thing is that they say. For every action, there's an equal blah, 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 blah. Just karma. So it's not for us to judge. It's not for us to forgive. Karma comes about because there's a higher power that brings karma about. And you don't have to worry about forgiving anyone. If you want to forgive, forgive. That's up to you. But it doesn't solve anything. It doesn't do anything other than make them go, oh, oh, I'm okay. They forgave me. And then they smack you again. And then ask for forgiveness again. Look, I don't care what you do. I really don't. I really don't. I understand. Listen. Don't want to say it anymore. I understand. There's a darkness that attracts people. Fine. Live that life. That's the life you want to live. And that's between you and the Creator. But you live that life, listen, you live that life with people that want to live that life. Don't do it to a good person or a person who doesn't want to be involved in that. Do it to a person who says, yes, thank you, hit me again. Because basically, you're loving on that person. And they're grateful for you doing what you're doing because that's how they want to live. And I'm not going to judge that. I don't give a monkeys. And neither should anyone else. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. If that gets you into the pearly gates, that gets you into the pearly gates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not supposed to judge you. No one should be turning their nose up at you, if you do those things. It doesn't matter. It's what your soul is meant to experience in this school of earth. You can't have the good without the bad. And you can't make a decision unless you know the bad and the good. That's where I was. I was as low as you can get. I wouldn't say I was as high as you could get, but I'm hoping I can get to that point. But I've been there. I've done it. I've seen it. T-shirt, book, whatever. I'm not going to judge anybody. I don't give a shit. I don't. And neither should anybody else. Only you can judge you and God can judge you. If you're happy with what you're doing, you live in that, you understand it, seriously, you look at yourself and you go, right, these are the things that I've done. I've done this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And if it doesn't upset you and you're happy with it, go ahead, live your life. But do it without affecting someone else. So if you're a troll, go and troll people that want to be trolled. You're doing them a favor. Like you're a comedian and there's a heckler in the audience and the comedian wants you to be a heckler so he can have some material or she can have some material. Win-win. You get to do what you want to do and they get to do what they want to do and all is good in the world. And I say, what's wrong with that? I really don't. If you want to be that sort of person, but be that sort of person with a person who loves you to be that sort of person, not with a person who despises it, not with a person who hates it, not with a person who gets upset over it, not with a person who gets destroyed by it. Because if that's the case, then you will get karma. And it's automatic now. Karma's automatic. Automatic. You will know that you've done something wrong because it's going to come back and bite you up the arse. And when something happens to you, don't just shrug it off and ignore it. No, it's happened to you because of what you did. Like when something bad happens, you go, hang on, where's that come from? What's that for? And then think back as to why that could have happened. Like, could you have helped somebody who was struggling and just ignored them? That's why you got karma. Like you walked past somebody who was homeless, you saw somebody struggling with their shopping, you drove through a puddle and soaked someone because you thought it's funny. It doesn't matter what it is. Just think back and go, hang on a minute, why is this bad thing happening to me? Like, why is my life going to shit? Well, maybe because you destroyed someone else's. Oh, why have I won the lottery? Well, maybe because you did something good. See how it works. And sometimes people ask God for those sort of things. And God will go, well, I don't know. I don't know if you deserve it. Or I don't think you can handle it. Or I haven't prepared you for it. Are you sure? And you're like, yeah, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. And then 3 weeks later, you're on the streets because you weren't ready. Because you didn't suffer, excuse me, confirmation. You didn't suffer enough to understand how much that money is worth. What is the best way to live your life to maintain that sort of money, maintain that sort of lifestyle? Like you weren't ready for it. I say suffer, but I just mean you weren't ready for it. You didn't have the skills put upon you by God to be able to cope with what you asked for, which is what the dark night of the soul does, which is what spirituality does, which is what an understanding of other people does, which is what an understanding of your environment does. And if you don't understand it and think you do, you're going to end up caught short. Like I come to the understanding that I would not have been able to cope had I been, I don't know, multi-millionaire 6 years ago. I may have done, but I think I'm more qualified now going through what I've gone through, even though I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't enjoy it. But going through what I've gone through has made me grateful of all the things that I've gone through. In order that should I become wealthy, I am fully equipped to handle it in any way, shape, or form. And that's the difference. But I accept that now. I wouldn't have done before. Had you lot not tried to screw me over, had I not found myself, had I not found God again, that connection was destroyed by you people. See, I'm not a religious person, and I don't even know if I'm a spiritual person. I just know that he's my father and she's my mother, and I love them for looking after me for all the years that I've been alive, even though I didn't know them. I didn't know them. I told you before, I only went to church once. You know, once I'd left school and that, I probably went to church once. And when I went in there, they used the microphone trying to, give you weird feelings, to the mic. And it's like, oh, this is bull. Like it gives you chills, but it only gives you chills because they're just using the sound effects, not because, you have a connection to God. So if I said to you, you're outside, you look up, there's a plane. How big is that plane? Not very big, is it? Probably 2 inches at the most. It looks. And it doesn't comfort you. You don't feel anything from it. It doesn't feed you or, keep you warm. Miles away. Just a speck. But you probably think, I wish I was on that plane, going to a sunny destination somewhere. More often than not, that's what you'll think. Oh, I wish I was on that plane. Now imagine that plane is God. Just imagine. I know you don't believe it, but imagine that plane is God. And it's just a tiny speck of nothing in the sky. Not really doing much for you, but you think, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I was close enough. I wish I was on that plane. I wish I was going to somewhere, to a great destination. Call it heaven. I wish I was on that plane. Then you go to an airport. How big is the plane then? And you're in that plane, and as you know, I wouldn't say everything that you need, but to sustain you, it lifts you up, protects you, keeps you warm or cool, depending on what you want, brings you drink, brings you food. If you want it, it's there. Feel safe and secure. And it's taking you somewhere that you want to go. Imagine that's God. Like, if you just made the effort to go there, to be there, feel it, want to go to that place, instead of just look, wish I was on that. There's a big difference, isn't there? Like, you just want to be there, then just go. Like, you don't know if you try it. If you don't try, do you? God's just a plane in the sky, so far away. Unless you really want to, unless you really want to be on that plane, unless you go because you want to go to heaven or Benidorm or whatever it is that you want to go, wherever you want to go. It's that simple. Plane exists. God exists. You might not believe it. You look up in the sky and there's no plane there. Don't mean it don't exist. It just means you don't see it. Or it just means that you haven't connected to it. But it's there. You know it's there. You just don't want to admit it. But it's there. And if you went to the airport, and got in touch with God, in other words, if you just had that belief, if you just went there, you want only the best for you, mom and dad. It's that simple. I'll think of all these things. There's been alien DNA and that, clones, the AI, the internet mafia, the fake news, the way they want the world to be as opposed to the way the world was. And those people in them places I was talking about, like New Orleans and Alabama and Alberta, Canada, like, people talk to me as though they think that I don't know what it is that they're doing or saying, and it's crazy. And I obviously don't say nothing. It's like, yeah, 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 cool. Hi, how are you? Okay, yeah, good to have you. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, why don't you just say? Why don't you just admit it? Like, you're not fooling anybody, and yet I'm fooling you because you believe that I've been taken in. I haven't been taken in. I haven't been taken in. Like, you can offer me what you want, and you know it's going to get refused. Like, you already know that. You already think it, but you think, well, maybe we just got to try. But there is something that you've got to give me. It's that simple. There's something that you've got to give me. And when I say me, I mean all of us. 144,000. I mean all those people that you've screwed over. and the rest. So, as I told you, God is judging. You don't have to believe that God exists. I don't care. You'll find out when he judges you. That's simple. And it won't be, oh, if I die, am I going to go to heaven? You'll know now. You'll know while you're alive. You'll know the karma that you're getting. You'll know it. And you'll know why you're getting it. Because you know what you did. And if you get good things happen to you, you'll know why. Because those people who are doing bad things to you have stopped. And now you're getting what you should have had years ago. Because you're always supposed to have it. It was always yours. It was just taken from you by these people. And I am happy for you, everyone, anyone, anything. Doesn't matter if you're an animal. There are animals that are suffering and they don't need to suffer. They're suffering because of man. There are sea creatures that are suffering. They don't need to suffer. They're suffering because of man. Like a flower doesn't bloom to impress itself. It really doesn't. Our world and other worlds. Probably, not probably. It's wonderful. Like, I don't know what people think of the Garden of Eden and that, or like we have a place called Kew Gardens over here. And you know, it's just full of beautiful flowers, you know, water. And it's so serene and beautiful and everyone seems to be happy. Like the vibe when you're in there is a good vibe. Like even if you just saw it on the TV, you get a good feeling from it. And that would be the world. Like you wake up in the morning, there's no litter everywhere, there's no arguing and shouting and screaming, honking of horns and all of those things. There's no pollution. You know, you get to hear the birds and the animals more than you get to hear the flipping traffic. All the inventions that have been held back because people are greedy, like they'll come to the fore. You know, if you've got an invention, you know, don't give up because, you know, your time will come. Helping the planet, helping other planets. Just the world doesn't need to live the way that it's living. And, you know, this is for all the politicians and all the people around the world who think that they, you know, they've got the rights to this, that, and the other. No, you haven't. You don't own nothing. I'm not being horrible. I'm not being nasty. I'm not being clever. I'm not being smart. You own nothing. God owns it all. If he wants to take it from you, he'll take it from you. Like America, don't belong to you. It belongs to God. Like it's his. Like people say about the, you know, Native Americans. They don't own the land. They don't own it. God owns it, but they live in peace with it. They respect it. You have this thing of, oh, you took the land off these people and blah, blah, blah. They took the land off us. etc., etc., etc. In a way, yes. And in a way, no. Doesn't belong to anybody. God owns the land. I mean, Forrest said something along the lines of, we're all supposed to have so much square feet or whatever each. Yeah, that's fine. Like, if I was God, I'd say, yeah, that's fine. Like, you all have a bit of land each. Like, here's a house. It's like saying, look, there's a house, like, everybody live in that house. And somebody says, well, I want these 20 rooms, and you 20 people have to live in one. What? Wait, what? No, 20 rooms. You live in one room each. Seems fair to me. Every room is exactly the same sort of stuff. And then while you live there, if you're grateful enough and you look after it and look after yourself and respect God, mom and dad, if you do that, then you get what you need. And if you do it really well, you get what you ask for. And that's simple enough. And if you ask, well, no, you ask me for the world, somehow I get it. Sell my very soul and not regret it. No, you don't sell your soul. You respect it. You respect the earth, you respect your soul, you respect your mum and dad, and you respect everyone else. That's it. Simple life. And you do the right thing or the correct thing. And life is easy. There are no burdens. There are no wars. There's none of this BS that we've got now. There's no religion. That's in the song as well. No religion too. Can't remember how that went, but oh, imagine all the people. Imagine all the people. Eh? Imagine all the people living life in peace. No religion. Just one God. God, like, it amazes me that people could have lived for so long arguing about religion. Like, I am floored that you would even argue about religion. Like, my religion is better than your religion, or my religion is correct. There's only one God, and my religion is it. Oh, that amazes me. Like, if there's only one God, do you think he set out loads of different religions? No. Even if, please listen, even if he appeared in England, then appeared in Egypt, then appeared in Spain, then appeared in Greece. Yeah, we'll say Greece because they so Greece, Egypt, and Rome because they are long ancient stuff. His teaching would be exactly the same. Exactly the same. In a different language, with different names, but exactly the same. The fact that it's different means somebody changed the script. It's not God's script. Somebody, some man, some female, someone changed it to suit a narrative. It's no coincidence that people went around the world conquering other countries. Not because they conquered the other country, because they want to bring religion there, to take away anything that was ancient, that was a true way of living. They want it to be their way of living. Now, the Pope is going to Egypt. Was gone to Egypt, I don't know. Why? Like, these things are being bought out. I've asked for stuff to come out, but these things are being bought out, but that's not the things that are supposed to come out. There's stuff that needs to come out. In fact, there's, some truth that needs to be spoken, some updates that are being hidden from someone in charge, someone in power about what's going on in the world. So I suggest that person gets to hear, or those people get to hear. Like, if you want to push it, you can push it. It's got nothing to do with me, or it has, and it hasn't. But I'm the messenger. I'm giving you the message. You are taking a long walk, not far, but too far to walk. You're taking a long walk off a short pier. You seriously are. If you think that you have the power. If you think that you have the power on this earth, you think that you have the power on this earth, you are going to be shown that there is a higher power. I don't care whether you believe it or not. I don't. But you are going to be shown there is a higher power. And there is nothing that you can do against that higher power. Nothing. Absolute zero. And those that know that I'm talking the truth. The fact that I've said it, they know that it's the truth. Doesn't matter how much they want to deny it. Doesn't matter how much they jump up and down. It doesn't matter how much they scream and shout. Like, there's a person out there within the chase that someone's had to run away from because they can't stand what they're talking about, what they're saying, how they act. Probably an Aquarius. Probably. Even though I'm an Aquarius, but not that type of Aquarius. I had to run away from that person. And that person still can't see it. And I ask God, why are all these people suffering? Because I don't want people to suffer. I don't want that person having to run away from someone who's causing them so much grief, who blames me for what they're doing. And he says karma. Which is why I said a long time ago, or a few weeks ago, whatever it is, I don't want people on the streets. I don't. I think it's just, it shouldn't happen, especially veterans. It shouldn't happen in no country. No country around the world should have anybody on the streets. And they should have everything in place to see that that doesn't happen, including the doctors, including the education people, including, skilled environment where they can learn, a skill, a trade, to get them on their feet. Like, nobody, no one. And it should be government done. Those people that are supposed to be in charge of the country, they should be doing it. There should never be anybody on the streets, ever. And those people who aren't working, what the heck? They should be cleaning the streets. There should be nobody anywhere in the world that is being paid money to stay at home, unless they are unfit to work. They have medical conditions, etc., etc. That's fine. But if you're a fully able person, if you're fully able, then you don't stay at home waiting for a check. You go out and you clean up the streets. You polish the road signs, make sure they're clear so people can see them clearly. You take the rubbish off the, should leave Mother Nature to sort it all out. That's not up to her. It's up to you. You create the mess, and there should be heavy fines for those people that create it. People throwing McDonald's bags out of the window in a white truck. Not here, in America. They may get somebody knocking on their door. I don't know what the rules are over there. I don't know if you're allowed to litter. I don't think you are. But you may get a knock on the door with video evidence of you chucking it out the window. Because there's no need for it. So there should be nobody anywhere in the world that gets paid for sitting on their ass. That's bullshit. Especially when they try and con the system. Bullshit. You shouldn't have people working, paying for people who don't want to work. So everywhere around the world, there will be those people that can't work, that can't get a job, will be cleaning up the town, the city, the village, wherever they live, wherever it is. That will be their job. And it will be monitored by the public. They will see if those people are doing the job. They will see how clean it is. Because they shouldn't have to live in a tip because people aren't doing what they're supposed to do. Like, if you're supposed to be in a position that you're supposed to look after people, government, then you better govern. And you better do it properly. And you better look after the town. You better look after the cities. You better look after the villages. You better look after the beaches. You better look after them because that's what you're being paid to do. You better do your job. Anybody in a job needs to do the job correctly from the top down. From the top down. In any business, you're all a customer of another. And if the customer's always right and you need to look after the customer, then you should all look after each other and all work together to ensure that the true customer gets what it is that they're paying for. If it comes to the point where you don't need to, nobody needs to work, where everything's there, it's all given to you because you've earned it, because you've been a good person, because you've whatever manifested it, however it is in the future, then that's how it will be. And you'll be judged according to how you behave to yourself and how you behave to others and how you behave to the environment and how you behave to the animals and how you behave to the marine life. You will be judged accordingly on all of those things. And your life will reflect that. So if you go round upsetting people, if you go round throwing litter on the floor, if you go round hurting animals, if you go round hurting sea animals, just because you think it's funny, then your life will reflect that. And you will look out and go, why has everybody got a great life except for me? When you finally see that you've got a crap life because you're a crap person and you make the effort to be a good person, then you may have a good life like everyone else. See, that's how it should be. I make no bones about the fact that that's the sort of life I want to live in. I should not have to worry about anyone. And I should not have to fear that because I love you, you hate me. Like, what the? How does that work? But that's the case. Because I love you and I want this world, you hate me because you don't want this world. You want your world. I want a world for everybody, but you want a world for yourself. And you hate me because I want a world for everyone, everything, every being. And I don't care if they're black, as in dark, or white, as in saints. I don't care. Because I'm not racist or beingist or whatever that is. I don't care whether they're evil. And I don't care whether they're a saint. They're still human or still a being or still God's creation. I don't give a shit. Everyone's entitled to live the life that they want to live. Everybody's entitled to learn the life that they want to learn, what their soul wants to experience. And you shouldn't judge that. It's up to the individual to judge if they are a good soul or a bad soul. But if you're a bad soul, be a bad soul to another bad soul. Don't be a bad soul to a good soul. And the only people that will judge you two bad souls are you and God. And the only people that judge two good souls are you and God. That's it. If you're a good soul that wants to go to a bad soul, then you take the consequences. You take the consequences. None of this victim stuff. You made a decision. But if you're a bad soul, listen, because this is important. If you're a bad soul that tries to con a good soul into thinking that you're a good soul, your karma is going to be the worst that you could ever, ever, ever fear to imagine. If you want to be a dark soul, you stay in the dark. Should you rear your dark head out of the pit that you're in, which is where you chose to be, and you go to a good soul, you better treat them as they expect to be treated. It's that simple. You better treat them as they expect to be treated. Do unto others as you would have done to yourself. If you're all dark, you can all do the dark stuff, great. And if you're good, you all do the good stuff. But if you try and mix, don't expect to change anything. Don't be a holier than thou, mixing with someone in the dark and try to make them good. It's up to them. They will either choose to be good or choose not to be good. Don't judge them. Accept them for who they are, if that's what you want. And if it's not what you want, then you walk away. Don't try and change no one. It's up to them. Don't judge anyone. It's up to them. Don't forgive anyone. It's up to them. They forgive themselves. They look at themselves and they go to God and they say, look, hands up, effed up. I shouldn't have done that. I regret doing it. I'm really sorry. Forgive me. Whether they get forgiven or not is another matter. I don't know. I would assume it would depend on how serious it is and how much they really do repent. That's the sort of life I want to see. And people say, oh, never going to happen, never going to happen. Yes, it is. Absolutely it is. Because you don't have the power. You can't stop it. Remember? Don't put your hand in the fire. You're being told how it's going to be. You're being told the truth. Don't put your hand in the fire, it's going to burn you. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if you choose to do it, then you get the consequences. It's that simple. It really is that simple. You do not have the power. As the days go on and the weeks go on and the months go on, more and more information will come out. More people will be outed. Good people, or at least good people. People that we think are good. People that we respect, admire, adore. People that we wouldn't think would do the things that they're doing. That we think are religious. Holy people. Celebrities. Politicians. High profile CEOs. Business people. Male or female, doesn't matter. Slowly but surely, you'll be hearing about all of these people. Now, either they can come out and say, or they will be outed. It's that simple. Now, going on the history, most people have tried to hide and run and, burn evidence and throw people under the bus and whatever, kill people so that nobody knows. It's already known. Remember the script? It's already done. The only thing is, you can ask for a different role, like in the next few scenes or few acts, whatever it is. Ask for a different role. I don't want to play this part. I truly regret being that person. But, see me in a different light. I promise I will change. I've made mistakes. I understand that. But you have to go, through that, whatever. And then your script may change. Remember Jonah? Forgive them, God, don't destroy them. It's possible. It's definitely possible. It's never too late to repent. Never too late. It only means, I'm not saying that you won't get any karma, but I am saying whatever you get will not be as bad. It may be that if you're truly repentant and you have enough dharma, so you've done enough good things in the past to outweigh the bad things, it may be that you come out okay. And in the past, I mean, like other lifetimes. Like you may be lucky that your ancestors have done really, really good things, and your balance is a high balance. So you might have done some bad things in this life, but your balance overall is good. Or your balance overall might be terrible. So we'll get a world where everybody's balance is equal. No bad, no good. And then you build from there. You either go up with loads of good karma, dharma, or down with karma. So you go up with dharma, down with karma. I think that'd be a good slogan. Up with dharma, down with karma. I think that'd be great. But up for the good stuff, down with the bad. Yeah, that'd be great. So you need to balance it out, get it even. Once it's even, you live a good life, you have a good life. You live a bad life, you have a bad life. That's it. It's no longer going to be, if I can screw people over, I'm going to be rich and famous and stuff them. It's going to be, if I screw people over, I'm going to be screwed over straight away. No hesitation. Like you're going to be down. You owe, that's it. If you owe, then you're going to have to work for it. And if you don't owe, then you're going to have to have an easier life. And the higher the dharma, the better the life. And that is only down to you. Like whatever you can imagine, whatever you choose, whatever you want. If you just want a small bungalow, blah, 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 with, a small car and this, that, and the other, and that's you happy, then that's what you have. If you want a big mansion, etc., with, 60 cars, whatever it is your imagination can ask for, if you deserve it, you'll get it. That's it. That's how it should be. If you deserve it, you'll get it. And if you don't deserve it, you won't. That's it. But in with that, there is those homeless that will have to be still judged, because some of those homeless are those people that were naughty. So their karma, dharma will have to be judged and treated accordingly. And they will have the life that they have earned for themselves. Then you have the people that are ill. Then you have the children, the women and that, all those people that have been abused, etc., etc., etc. We'll have the medicines, natural medicines, natural healing, different kinds of energy, etc., etc. Whatever it is, however that is, then there will have to be, those people that want to head them. There's a better word than that. I bet you're all screaming now, aren't you? What the word is? That lead the charge, blah, blah, whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called now. Nope, can't think. I'm pretty good at words, and sometimes I just have a block. But those people that want to not banner it, those people that want to, have the torch, want to lead the way, whatever it is, whatever the. So basically, it'd be a charity. So within the charities, there shouldn't be charities. It's that simple. Like the government should be doing what the charities are doing. It's that simple. The government should be doing what charities are doing. So whether the government has, as part of the overseeing, are those charities which they give money to, which get donations, then that's what it will be. But no charity should make money for the people that work there. They should make money for the charity. So if you donate to a charity, it shouldn't go to the person who owns it. Doing a charity is you do it for nothing. You do it, out of the goodness of your heart. You don't do it to be a billionaire. Same with church. You shouldn't be doing it to be rich. Like the money you take for the church should go to the church or to the people who go to the church. You shouldn't claim money off people, say it's for the church, and then spend it on yourself and have big houses and flash cars and that, like some are, which will have to stop. And I don't care whether that upsets people or not. I don't. Because that just means you're a bad person. Like nobody in their right mind will go, oh no, 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 no. I'll give money to the church because I want the pastor to be rich. What? Wait, what? No, you give money to the church to help the people that the church is supposed to help. To look after the church and maintain it. That's what you give money for. You don't give it so that the pastor or the vicar or the clergy or whatever it is that they call themselves, bishop, is rich. That's not what it's about. And that's if, you want to keep the churches. Because there is no religion. So the churches, the temples, the synagogues, mosques, whatever. There is no religion. There's one God who looks after everybody, who treats everybody fairly as though that's their son and daughter, mom and dad, with their children. That's it. And you just do good things, or you do bad things, and you get judged by mom and dad for doing bad things. That's how it works. You don't get judged by people. They are no better than you. They have no right to judge you. Again, he who has not sinned cast the first stone, which means don't judge anyone. Don't judge anyone. And if you can't judge them, you sure as hell can't forgive them. Because you have no measure as to how much forgiveness is needed. Because you haven't judged them. You've allowed them to be themselves, accept responsibility for themselves, and accept karma, which comes from someone higher than yourself. The spirits, the angels, God and Mother, the ancestors, however you want to see it, the universe. I don't care. However you want to see it, that's how it comes about. There are people more powerful than us, beings more powerful than us, that exist. Whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, they're more powerful than us. And they exist. And we can't even see them. So good luck fighting them. Just stop being stupid. Just listen. Just listen. I'm talking about having a beautiful world and people are fighting me. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's crazy. I'm talking about people getting what they deserve and people are fighting me. That's crazy. I'm talking about stopping people suffering and people are fighting me. That's crazy. I'm talking about helping out children and people are fighting me, and that's crazy. I'm talking about helping out women and people are fighting me, and that's crazy. I'm talking about helping out the men and people are fighting me, and that's crazy. Now, if you're one of those people that are fighting me, that can't have the decency to listen to what I've just said and understand that maybe it's not just about you and what you want. Whilst there is some self-love, which, you know, is probably the best there is, it's not just all about what you want. It really isn't. So I think I'll leave it there. Easter. Could have been all heaven breaking loose, but only one ear was missing. 175,000 angels ready to be unleashed. 175,000 in the Garden of Gethsemane. Like, that's a American football stadium, is it? Can you get 175,000 in there? That's how many. And I'm not talking people, 175,000 people. 175,000 angels with powers. Invisible if they chose to be. How long would it have taken to make sure that Jesus was fine? Bearing in mind there wasn't much security there anyway. And I mean, you know, for the whole town, there was only a few Roman, you know, there wasn't like legions. I'm pretty certain there's probably more than that now. Like just in that instance, there might have been 175,000, but I'm pretty certain there's more than that. And we're talking like real power. And that is just like the tip of the iceberg, as it were, because then we have the aliens. We have technology, which is superior than ours. Who are also sons and daughters of the Most High God, who are ready to help create this beautiful world that should have been, that was taken from us. Now, up till now, everything that's happened against you has come from you. Everything that's happened against you has come from you and will continue to be the case until you take that long walk off a short pier. I can't make it any simpler than that. I can't. You will suffer the consequences of what you've done because it's come back and bit you up the backside. Until such time as you push too far. So it's like the bully, day after day, and then gets told, don't do it. And then payback. Everyone's had enough. The whole school turn around and say, nope. It makes me laugh, you know, you've got all these countries, they sign these deals about, you know, war, protect this person, protect that country, protect this, protect that. And then when war comes out, they let them do it. Nope. 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 I think they use the word stand down, those sort of things. Like, um, so you stand down, and then there's armistice. Right. What word? When they did at Christmas. I know it's a ceasefire, but there's another word. Anyway, that word. Why can't I think of the words today? Maybe because I'm letting you think them. Maybe because I want you to say them to yourselves. The money spent on war is sickening. The money given to a warring country is sickening. When you consider what's happening in countries around the world, what it could do for people around the world, what it could have done for people who are affected by this unfortunate weather. That one over. Unfortunate weather that we're having, this weather modification crap. And then those people are just left to suffer. And yet you can send money to make other people suffer by prolonging a war that shouldn't exist. And then trying to make deals, not to save lives, but to have minerals. Nope. It's not how it should be. So we need to think long and hard about why we're having war, why we prolong the war, and why we talk about minerals instead of lives. Why we talk about land instead of lives. Why we leave people to suffer, we should be helping them. The land belongs to God and belongs to you. You conquered it. That's all. You don't have the power. Just give me the message. You don't have the power. Now, how unfortunate would it be for you if you were conquered? Not talking about war. I'm just saying if you were conquered. You don't have the power. I'll talk about the power of creation against the stuff that you want to do, attacking people you can't see. With power far greater than yours. And ain't no security, none. There is no security in the world that will keep you safe. None. It's been proven. You've seen it. You know it's true. Everything that has been done for a reason. Everything in this movie script that we're in, that we're playing out, has been done for a reason. It takes as long as it takes. It's called divine timing. It takes as long as it takes because things have to play out and people have to be in the mindset to know that what's being said is possible. So there is the least amount of suffering. That's what this is about. So I give a shit about, to be fair. People should not be suffering. Nobody, including you evil, should be suffering. But you brought it on yourself, so I know it sounds like, I think I can, solve everything. And maybe I can. And maybe I can't. I don't care. I just need you to know that it will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Stop playing the game that you created. It's a different game with different rules. And you have already lost. Remember, checkmate. Nope. The Louvre, the painting, the devil didn't win. Check it. Go look at it. Anybody who can play chess pretty well, have a look at the painting. King, the king, still has a move to make. And while you were laughing and smirking and turned away from the table and walked off, you forfeited the game. You lose by default. Now it's another game. And rematch is already over. You already lost. See, people say, oh, you were playing chess while they were playing checkers. No, you're playing chess. You didn't know the rules of your own game. And now, it really is checkmate. It really is game over. Is it called? I don't know what the game was called, what the film was called, but want to play a game? Like I say, I don't care. You believe what you want to believe. Don't believe a word I say. I don't care. Believe everything I say. I don't care. I don't have to judge you. I don't have to forgive you. I don't have to care. Nothing you do, nothing you say has any say over me. Nothing. Nothing. But you will not be able to make me do anything that I don't want to do, or think anything that I don't want to think, or say anything that I don't want to say. My words to your ears. You don't listen. I don't care. They're not my words. And you need to hear them for your own good. So hear me all and listen good. I am not an angry, violent, sexist, whatever you people are, type of person. I'm not. I really am not. Like, now that I know what's gone on, I can look back at my life and go, well, no, I know why I did that. No, I know why I did that. No, I know why I did that, because it wasn't me. Like the bad things in life, the things that I did, and I think back and I think, hang on a minute. If I'd have thought about it, I'd be like, no, that's not me. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I stealing this? Why did I end up in prison? Because I stole that coat off that line that I didn't even need. Didn't even need it. It's just something that I did. And I don't know why, but I do now. Like, why am I in a jail cell for doing that? Like, I didn't even need it. But now I know why. Because you people were screwing with me. Like, my life was literally at the mercy of other people. And I didn't know that. And now it isn't. And now you know that it's not. And now you know 100%, fully aware, fully cognizant of the fact why my life is not controlled by you anymore. And why your life has gone down the pan. Where you put mine. So I've told you the truth for the last 5 years, and I will continue to tell you the truth until such time as my telling the truth is aimed purely at good people. There won't be any more bad people. There'll be no need for bad people. You see, in the real world, if everybody is comfortable, contentment, warm, as far as said, if everybody is comfortable, there's no need for crime. None. Might be a crime of passion, but they're, spur of the moment things. They're not planned. They're not out of necessity or need to put food on the table. So, want a world full of love. Animals, happy, humans happy, beings happy, whatever they are, whoever they are, all happy. I think sea creatures come under animals. If they don't, sea creatures too. Yeah, I don't want them to be left out. I feel like I talk about animals and people just think about land animals, but I do think about the sea animals as well. And the birds, like just animals in general. And a more in tune relationship, it's association, excuse me, relationship with Mother Nature. Like everyone just getting along, everything just getting along. A respect for the animals that we have that sustain us, a more humane way, a more humane way of, you know, feeding ourselves. So the other day, everything's alive, everything has an energy. Don't be holier than thou and say, well, I don't eat animals, so, I'm a good person. No, you still eat live things. You'll know better than anyone else. You still take for granted another life. Don't care how you look at it. So you need to respect that. Whatever it is that you eat, drink, even water. You need to respect it. How important it is. How special it is. Even, in the way that we breathe. I don't think it's any coincidence. We breathe in hydrogen and oxygen, and we drink hydrogen and oxygen. That's been planned. I don't know. Quite possible. And the trees, well, they help us because the carbon dioxide, whatever it is, monoxide, whatever, you know, they help filter. It's just a weird way of how it all works, isn't it? So, again, thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm sorry if you think it's too long, and I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, and I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Like, it shouldn't be too long, but the truth takes as long as it takes. So really, you should be sorry that it's taken me this long to tell you the truth. Like, you should apologize to me for saying, Mario, because we've done this, 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 and this, and this, and this, it's taken you this long to tell us what's wrong with us. I don't mean that nastily. I'm just saying that's what it is. And that's not to everybody. There's a lot of great people out there. So if you're a great person, then I do apologize. I don't want you to think that this is aimed at you, because it's not. In no way, shape, or form. It's aimed solely at those people who probably don't give a shit, but know who they are. That's who it's aimed at. So much love to everyone. Like I say, I don't care. I know what you did. I know what you're doing. I know what you're going to do. And I don't care. I know what you're going to do. I know your plans. Won't accept it. I'll listen. I already know. But it's going to be hard to convince myself to accept something that I already know I'm not going to accept because it's already written. It's just the way that it is. The movie is playing out as we speak. We get to the point where there's 1,000 years of peace. And what happens after that? I don't know. I'm not there. Well, I might be there. I don't know what my eyebrow. No, this one. Is it higher than the other? I don't know. That one's fine. This one. It stays high. Dag nabbit, I don't know why. Get down. No, get down. Oh, that's Gilbert O'Sullivan. Get down, get down, get down. Oh, now that I've done that, everyone's going to look at it and go, oh, look, his eyebrows are. I don't care though. See, it goes up, look. No, this hand. Why is it reversed? I thought I sorted that out. Why is it my glasses quick? No, that's even worse. That's even higher. Dag nabbit. I've just got a lopsided face, haven't I? Let's be honest. So that was when you're that gorgeous. You just got to get straight up. No, that one goes straight up. It must be my hidden Dr. Spock. And I don't know which one. I can't, I can't do it. I'm nuts. I'm nuts. So I thank you for watching. Can't even lift my eyes up when I want to bloody lift them up. I thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. It doesn't matter whether you are a good person, a bad person, an in-between person. I don't judge you. Much love, and light, I suppose. Respect to the 144,000 who are basically keeping Earth safe, I suppose. Helping all those people that are in situations that they can't get out of themselves. They are being helped because of those 144,000. They may or may not know it. And, you know, the bad people that are doing what they're doing may or may not know that the reason why things are going against them is because 144,000 are on the march. They're doing what they need to be doing. And it's going to become more and more intense. The more we're all one consciousness, really. So it's all one consciousness. Somebody was putting something in. I was going to go on a bit more now. Somebody's putting something in chat in one of the shows, and it's saying that we're one consciousness and we're all together. And I said, no, we might be one consciousness, but we're one consciousness with separate lives. And they were arguing that that was the case, but it is. We're separate lives. Like you can't live my life, I can't live your life. You know, I'm not going to judge you for yours, you're not going to judge me for mine, etc. So we may be one consciousness. We have the same dream, the same goal. We're going to move to the same place. We can all interact with each other. We can all talk to each other, and we can all separate from each other. So we can live our own life, and then unite and be as one, and that's how it should be. Like a bit like what Ronald Reagan says. You know, we might be all arguing and fighting, but if the world was attacked, then we'd all come together, etc. And that's how. Oh no, he didn't say it like that because he's American. No, I'm not. But no, but he didn't say it like that. But it's the same thing. You know, we might have our differences, but should um, push come to shove, then we'll all stick together. And I think, you know, once the 144,000 realise that now's the time they're needed and they all get on board with all the information that they know, things will progress, you know, rather quickly. And you'll be surprised at how efficient they are. You really will. Probably more so than the FBI, the CIA, the blah, 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 ATF, whatever, DEA, Interpol, MI6, MI6, MI9. Anyway, whoever the leading legal judiciary is in whichever country, you may want to speak to people you never thought of about missing persons, about terrorists, about, I don't know, lots of things really. You might want to hit people up and find out what's really going on within your own branches, like good cop, bad cop scenario. Like you want to know, or might want to know, who can be trusted and who can't, because that's how we're supposed to live life, isn't it? That's how you're supposed to protect and serve, because you're all good people. Unfortunately, you're not. Because, you know, you should know that the law is there to protect you. And unfortunately, it's not. Because you should know that when you go to a lawyer, they're out to, you know, get you the best result that's possible, and it don't happen that way. You should know or feel safe in the knowledge that the person with the gavel is going to treat you fairly. And unfortunately, that's not the case. You should be safe in the knowledge that your medical practitioners are going to do right by you. And unfortunately, that's not the case. You should be safe in the knowledge that people in funeral homes are going to do right by you. And unfortunately, that's not the case, by you or your relatives, etc. So these people are going to be bought out, like the churches, etc., etc. Everything else, it's all going to be bought out. You think we don't know, but we know. No more interfering with coffins. No more interfering with the cemeteries. Nope. No more forging signatures and documents in the medical practice. in the legal practice in the world in general. So it used to be Uncle Sam's watching you. And we probably had something similar, but I can't remember what it was. And then it was George Orwell's, you're being watched, etc. And now it's just God's watching you. And he's probably the best security you can have. Seriously, the best security you can have. Or is your worst nightmare. Your harshest judge and critic. And Mum, she just wants to look after everyone. But it's a big heart. All comes down to the great good. Save one for thousands. No, not save one, sacrifice one for thousands. When you consider there's 8 billion on the planet, that's a lot of sacrifice. I know you're going to say, well, you should care, you should worry. No, no. Put your hand in the fire, you get burnt. That's it. You're told not to. You get burnt, you get burnt. Why should I worry? Did my bit, told you don't put your hand in the fire. Out of love, don't put your hand in the fire. You're going to burn yourself. Please don't put your hand in the fire, you're going to burn yourself. Don't keep putting your hand in the fire, you're going to burn yourself. Okay. Do it. Take your whole hand off. I don't care. Worse than that, I don't care. You don't want to be helped. I can't help you. Simple. You don't want to be helped. I can't help you. You want to take a long walk off a short pier, knowing you're going to make that long walk. It's too far. You're not going to make it. It is too far. I think it's quit while you're ahead. Even though you don't think you're ahead, you're ahead. Where you're going to end up, you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead. I know some people are like adamant that, they can change it or do something, or they're not going to go down without a fight, or they've gone too far, they can't turn back, or whatever. Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. They're all wrong. All of those are wrong. You can change all of those things. If you don't, you're not going to make anything better. You're just going to make it worse for you. Like history, these last few months, I would say, probably since December, when you should have done something, you didn't. And then February, when you should have done something, and you didn't. And the attacks, that you did were worse, which made things happen to you worse. Like, if that history hasn't taught you anything, you're never going to be taught. And those people that say they're going to take you to the grave, that's what you told the universe. The universe said, yeah, okay, that's what you want to do. Yeah, we know you said it. If that's what you want, the universe says, yeah, okay. And I ain't going to worry. Like, I offer you love. If you want to take it to the grave, okay. I'm not going to try and dissuade you. I'm not going to try and do anything. I'm just telling you. Already know. It's already done. If that's your choice, yeah, fine. Do it. Not going to try and stop you. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And when you come back, karma's worse. You have a bigger debt to go through. And each lifetime, if you're good, it will get smaller. If you're bad, it will get worse. And you'll know exactly why. Only a few people remember their past lives, can remember stuff. But for these bad people, make an exception. They'll know why they're suffering. And it might not be on this earth. It could be very well on another planet, another earth, in another dimension, in a parallel universe, whatever, however that is. We may just give you updates on where you could have been if you were a good person, as opposed to the life that you're living. Just to let you realize what you put people through, like the life they could have had that you took from them. The house, the cars, the family that you took from them and made out that it was your own. And they're now upset that someone's trying to take it off you because you think it's your own. I don't know. You think it's your own. No. Basically, they are repossessing what is theirs. You own nothing. No land, no house, cars, no family, nothing. You stole it off someone else. And if you did it, properly, this isn't for you. But only accept this if you're a bad person. If you're a good person, it's got nothing to do with you. I don't know why you're watching it. I really don't. I don't know why you're watching it. Unless you want to know that your life is going to change. And it is. So, ciao for now. Take care, everyone.